Oh! Oh my god! This is not funny.
I'm not laughing. I'm just.
This is ridiculous. Get it all cleaned up. All this.
I guess we're making clouds today.
A mechanic was troubleshooting a car on the lift when things turned into a nightmare. The engine was still running, wheels spinning dangerously fast. Then, the doors locked with no one inside to stop it. Trapped and helpless, the mechanic was left hanging mid-air, screaming for help. An experienced mechanic was showing his apprentice how to use a high-pressure air pump. But when he dipped it into a bucket of water and cranked it to full power, the blast sent water flying straight into his face, instantly making him regret the lesson. Someone brought an Uber car in for a routine oil change, but nothing about this one was ordinary.
Oh my god! Yo!
When the mechanic pulled out the oil filter, it was rock solid, unlike anything they'd ever seen. Their shocked reaction says it all.
Ripped off! Yeah! As hard as a brick! Just, oh my god, different, dude!
A customer brings his car in to fix the sunroof.
Raptor, it just won't do nothing, man.
But when he returns, he finds someone has permanently sealed it shut.
Bruh.
The frustration in his voice says it all.
You done silicone the whole thing down. What am I supposed to do?
2001 Chevrolet Suburban. Customers from Florida was driving around up here, heard a loud pop.
A customer drives away from a garage when his car suddenly stops with a loud pop right in front of another shop. The new mechanic checks it and discovers the previous garage never put the drain plug back in. A costly mistake, and another bill for the customer.
Did not put the drain plug back in it, or the top bolts on the cover for the diff. So it's been spraying all of its fluid everywhere, and what eventually ended up happening was the pinion. You can kind of see it in there.
A mechanic handed his apprentice an engine for a paint job, but the rookie went too far, spraying the inside as well. The result? One furious mechanic and a ruined engine.
Get it all off, get old rags. Get it all wiped out. I don't want one bit of this on here.
Okay, I didn't know. You didn't tell me.
I told you, outside. I told you, outside of the block. What's gonna happen when the oil eats the paint off? Where's it gonna land up, John?
A cute little apprentice showed up at the garage to help out. Whether the car got fixed or not, the mechanics will never forget this unforgettable moment. A mechanic received a complaint about a faulty engine. When they opened the radiator cap, a boiling mix of coolant and oil erupted like a volcano. Definitely not a good sign of past servicing. A mechanic reached for a tool while working on a car lifted in the garage, forgetting the basics of physics. Opening drawers one by one shifted the table's center of mass, and it came crashing down straight onto his face. The mechanics were asked to modify a car's exhaust, expecting a perfect roar. But when they fired it up, instead of the sound they anticipated, thick clouds started pouring out. Even the seasoned mechanics were left stunned by the unexpected turn. While unscrewing the bolts on a tire with an electric screwdriver, no one could have predicted what happened next. Instead of the bolts coming loose, the entire screwdriver slipped and fell, leaving the mechanics stunned. An apprentice struggled to open an old Ford's bonnet until an experienced mechanic stepped in. Watching it pop open from the other side, he couldn't help but feel both embarrassed and amused. A truly hilarious moment. A customer is returning from getting engine work done on his Lamborghini on a hot summer day when, moments later, it catches fire from overheating. Fortunately, no one was injured. A customer films their car with new tires when suddenly one flattens with a snapping sound. They bring it to the mechanics expecting a nail or some sharp object, but it's the suspension spring that broke and pierced the tire. When you unscrew a car's tire bolts with a wrench, it can be tough, but nothing prepares you for it, spitting sparks and fire with every rotation. An apprentice forgets to properly tighten the spring compressor before loosening it. The result? A sudden burst of flying metal. Thankfully, no one in the garage is injured. If you're enjoying these insane moments, don't forget to hit that like button. To fix a flat tire, you usually just need a wrench, but this guy had other ideas. He attached multiple wrenches and pipes, thinking it would help. Let's just say he clearly skipped physics class. An apprentice leaves an engine and transmission on an uneven surface. Moments later, it topples, spilling a ton of oil across the floor. Cleaning this mess is going to be no easy task. A car full of oil from a blown turbo gets a quick fix from an apprentice who places a towel on it, thinking it's just a small spill. Moments later, it bursts, splattering black oil across the garage and onto some nearby cars. Another day, another frustrated customer. He's just returning from getting his truck serviced when, while casually driving, both rear tires fall off. Apparently, the lug nuts were never tightened. An apprentice was working on a car without issues until it was lifted. The car slipped off the lift and landed on his face. Thankfully, he was okay, but it's a harsh reminder to always take proper precautions. A customer says the steering is just a bit wobbly, but the mechanics are shocked. The suspension and underbody are completely broken and rusted. Nothing can be repaired, everything must be replaced.
Nothing left on that body.
A customer says the vehicle loses power and revs up on its own. When the mechanic opens the bonnet to check the engine, they never expect to see the rear of a cigarette inside. At least now we know smoking could also kill your engine. When the experienced mechanic starts a freshly worked on car, they're shocked by how it moves. Apparently, someone forgot to put a very important part back in. A customer brought this car in thinking he could get it done for a couple $100. After trying for hours and seeing that only a fraction of the job is done, they just gave up.
Crap.
While working on an engine, a mechanic drops a socket right through the spark plug hole into the cylinder. Shocked, he scrambles to figure out how to extract it. A rare accident, but never impossible.
Through the spark plug hole, into the cylinder. Just put a head on this car. You've got to be kidding.
A new guy was tasked with changing the radiator, but instead of simply unscrewing bolts, he decided to grab a cutter and slice the front part off. Needless to say, this was not the right approach.
Right here, and then right there, and then just pull the whole front end off, and then the radiator comes out really easy.
Are you for real, dude?
A guy is getting engine work done on his car in his garage when, moments later, the bonnet falls on his fingers, causing a nasty injury. A harsh reminder that one careless act can open the door to accidents. A muscular man is assigned to work on a rim. While trying to tighten a bolt, he forgets that force isn't always the answer and topples the table with the heavy rim. Thankfully, there are no major injuries. A car goes straight to a car show right after servicing. When they start it, they discover the suspension is wrecked, causing major issues. Moments later, opening the bonnet reveals the engine is ruined too. Clearly, some rookie did a terrible job. The customer stated the front tires are wobbly. When the mechanics check, they find the suspension is completely broken, but instead of fixing it right away, they can't help but laugh out loud first. The mechanics are getting ready to fix an engine, but when they open the bonnet, they're left in shock. A baby squirrel is wandering around inside, maybe looking for a job or just some nuts. What a moment for the mechanics!
He's probably hungry as sh**.
Hi, buddy.
It's okay. He's mine.
A new local garage just opens, and the apprentices decide to show off their creativity on an old Toyota. The results? Well, it's certainly something you won't forget. An apprentice is given the simple job of parking a car in the garage. While reversing, he crashes into an SUV and moments later hits another car in front. What a terrible day at work. If you enjoyed these insane mechanic fails, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you never miss out on more jaw-dropping moments.